Today we had the Zimbabwe Geospatial Agency. That was the first one to present itself. Then we had the Zimbabwe National Defense University. Then lastly we had the Zimbabwe Academic and Research Center. So with the Zimbabwe Geospatial Agency, the gentleman who came in, who said he was the operations manager, but he also said he was the accounting officer. So on reasons why they failed to submit their audited, their financial statements for auditing, he professed ignorance to say that he didn't know it was a requirement. But it's very clear in terms of the Public Finance Management Act that as an accounting officer, Chapter 32, you have to present your financial statements 30 days after the end of each year. So he professed ignorance not to know that that act, and also not to know his responsibilities in terms of the Public Entities Corporate Governance Act. So to that end, we dismissed him, and we are going to call in the permanent secretary in terms of for higher education, why they employ incompetent people who don't know their responsibilities in terms of the law. That was one. Then the second one, we had the Zimbabwe National Defense University. So the vice chancellor came, I think it was Air Marshal. So the reasons why they haven't submitted there were a plethora of issues that they mentioned, but chiefly is to do with the corporate governance of the National Defense University. Because number one, most of the staff are seconded from the army, and some of them do not have the requisite qualifications in order to carry out financial audits and financial accounting. And also, he also said that those who are seconded can actually be taken again by the army. So there is no continuity within the National Defense University. And the other problem that he mentioned to us was that whilst the Zimbabwe National University has a charter, that charter is not being followed. He has written to the chairperson of the University Council. The University Council has never met. He has written to the Chief Secretary of the Cabinet, who is the chairperson, to know, he said about 4 times without any response, in order to fix the governance issues that behold the Zimbabwe National Defense University. So we are going to help him as Parliament. We are going to summon the Chief Secretary to the President Cabinet to come and answer issues to do with the National Defense University, including the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Defense. We are also going to summon them to Parliament to answer those questions, which are mainly to do with corporate governance. Then we had, the last one we had the Zimbabwe Academic and Research Center. So when they came on Monday, there was one gentleman who came who said he was the finance director. But we said we wanted the accounting officer and the board. And today again they came with no board. So now we have no option but to summon the board professionally in terms of the law. So we are summoning the board, and if they don't come, then we'll issue summons of arrest in terms of the law. Thank you. So I think one of the biggest impacts of employing people who are not professional, and I wonder how government employs these people who do not follow a simple letter of the law. So the implications are that these entities are open to abuse and corruption and theft, because you are employing people who have disregard of the law. The law is very clear. 30 days after the end of each year, you must submit your financial statements. These people are getting money from the government, taxpayers' money, but they are not accounting for it. So I think as public account, we have a duty there. We are going to play our role in terms of overseeing these institutions, and we are going to do everything in our power to make sure they account. And also that government starts to employ professionals who know exactly what to do and are well equipped with the Public Finance Management Act and the Public Entities Corporate Governance Act and the provisions of the Constitution that they have to follow.